Night Shyamalan's new movie Trap, starring Josh Hartnett. So basically, Josh Hartnett, and this is shown right away. Basically, the first 10-15 minutes, he's a serial killer, and he's at a concert with his daughter. And unbeknownst to him, when he's in there, he notices there's a lot of cops and police and FBI. Starts to think it's kind of weird, and he learns that they're looking for the serial killer that he is, and they have knowledge that he'll be there, and it's a trap, like Admiral Akbar says. So, and then the rest of the movie unfolds. So this movie, it also stars M. Night Shyamalan's daughter as Lady Raven. So the movie's kind of like a vanity project for her, kind of. So that's kind of odd. Um Now, is the movie good? I think like half of it is actually not a terrible movie. Like, I was kind of interested the first act into half of it. I like Josh Hartnett. I think he's a good actor. I think he's fun. He's good in this. I mean, there's some bad, cringy dialogue that he delivers that M. Night Shyamalan is kind of known for. Um, I liked this better than that cabin movie that he made, A Night at the Cabin or whatever. But for me, I haven't really been into an M Night movie since Split. I thought Glass was okay. I didn't think it was amazing. I think he could have ended that trilogy a lot better, especially like Bruce Willis. The stuff with Bruce Willis in that movie was pretty disappointing. Split, I think, is a really good movie. I really like it. But other than that, I haven't liked one of his movies since Signs, I guess. So now this isn't as bad as like oh, what's that movie? The Happening. It's not as bad as see, The Happening, and then there was The Last Airbender, and then there was Lady in the Water, After Earth. This is not as bad as those. It's better than those. I think it's more entertaining. So the movie does open though. That's a weird way to open. It opens with Josh Hartnett's daughter singing this terrible song, and I was like, is this going to be like the rest of the movie? Luckily, it's not. It just opens on her singing, and it's really cringy and bad. Oh, didn't really like that. Although for the rest of the movie, I thought that she was fine. Ariel Donoghue. I thought she's fine. She does a good job. Her and Josh Hartnett have, some decent chemistry. Um, so so they're at the concert. There's a bunch of police presence, and he's got to get out of there. So overall, I thought the first half I think is good. The second half, I don't think is that good, because the movie kind of seems like it's going to end, but then it doesn't end, and it keeps going, and then it has a lot more of M Night's daughter in it, and she's not like the worst actress ever, anything like that, but she's not very good of an she's not that great of an actress. Like her line delivery is kind of flat. I mean, she is delivering some bad lines from M Night, and M Night Shyamalan, like, I've never thought he has the best dialogue. Like, he can direct a movie, he can have a movie with some good twists and turns in it, but he's never been like the best dialogue writer, and she's kind of trying to um say these kind of wooden lines, and I just don't think she's that great. I mean, maybe she can sing and everything. I mean, to me, her music is, kind of just generic pop music, but I don't know. It's not for me. So she can sing, but I think she needs to work on her acting. Okay, so yes, so she does have music videos as um Salika. This is her first movie though. And in the second half, she's actually in it a good amount. So but that was kind of a weaker point. Everyone else, as far as the acting goes, is good. Um, Josh Hartnett kind of sparks up a quick little friendship with this one guy who sells T-shirts. Thought that was all right. I thought it was a little ridiculous that he knew that the police were there to catch the serial killer. I mean, why would you tell like a T-shirt vendor that this is why they're there? They're here to lay a trap for this serial killer. He's known as the Butcher. Thought that was kind of ridiculous, but and also, I mean, if you're at a concert like this, isn't there going to be a bunch of police everywhere? Especially in this day and age, like I would think so. I mean, if you're there with your kids, and you would hope so, right? So I thought that was a little weird, but they do kind of explain it. So why it kind of triggers alarm bells for Josh Hartnett. So, I mean, Josh Hartnett is an actor that he just never. I don't know. He was in a lot of stuff. I mean, he's in Halloween H2O, I think, as the son. He's okay in that. He's in some other stuff. He's in Sin City for like a few scenes. He's one of those actors that just never really took off that much, and he is good in this. I just think that he should be given a better script, and a different movie in the future. And you know, I I think that hopefully his career keeps going. He's able to make bigger movies. So I haven't seen him in anything in a long time. So I liked him. He's kind of doing. I kind of kept thinking of like Anthony Perkins, like in Psycho. I think he's kind of doing that. He's a little over the top, but he's the best thing about this movie for me. Like that's why I kept watching, is because I think he's really good. You're kind of trying to figure out, okay, how is he going to get out of there? Um, they say he's highly intelligent, but I think they have like, I think they kind of have a description of what he looks like, but they're not sure. I was kind of questioning, wait, how did they know he's going to be there? It is explained, so I'll give the movie that. Um, I kind of liked him. He kind of he's with his daughter, and they go to their seat. He starts to notice that people are getting kind of pulled out and questioned by the police. He thinks it's kind of weird. He notices that there's a lot of cops, but I was like, aren't there a lot of cops at all those things? But I kind of liked him. Kind of he's like, I got to go to the bathroom, and he's kind of going off, and kind of trying to find ways to get out of there. I kind of like that. Like they try to buy a T-shirt earlier, and this is when he makes a friendship with this one guy who there is a mid-credit scene at the end of the movie, which is legitimately hilarious. So I will give the movie that. I thought that was great. Uh, so I definitely have to give the movie that. That was perfect, especially the mid-credit scene. So yeah. So in M Night Shyamalan's not known for his comedy, but that was legitimately funny. Um, and he's kind of going off by himself. Like they try to buy a T-shirt and they can't because they're sold out. And then they're at their seats. He leaves, and then he's like, trying to get the T-shirt. He ends up stealing his ID badge, and so I'm just gonna get into spoilers now. I didn't hate the movie, but I think the second half is pretty weak, and the first half I think is, if not good, it's decent. I mean, it's fine. I'd say check out the movie for Josh Harnett. Other than that, I'm wasn't that into it, but check it out for him. His over the top performance. But so yeah, the spoilers. He strikes up this kind of friendship. He goes in the back with this guy to get the T-shirt, and he's able to steal his ID card. This gets him further in kind of the back of the place. He's able to steal a police radio, so he's listening to what they're saying. He's being and the lead, she's a profiler, is Haley Mills. I was just watching a thing about review of this movie, and she was in a TV show that was like before Saved by the Bell, and then Saved by the Bell was a spin-off of that show. I didn't even know that. So she was like a child actress. She's in The Parent Trap, 1961, Pollyanna, 1960, Tiger Bay, 1959. I don't think I've seen any of those. Maybe I saw The Parent Trap, but that's not a Hitchcock film, is it? Let's see who directed that. No, David Swift. Thinking of something else, but um, and she is like a profiler, I guess like a psychiatrist. She's profiled him. She's kind of the head honcho leading this hunt for Josh Harnett. And in his radio, he learns that you have to get backstage because they're like everyone that comes out of the front, they are going to question the men. And she's like, there is over 3,000 adult men here. She thinks they're aged like 30 to like around 40. And so then he's kind of trying to get into the backstage, which he's able to do, which I didn't think was too ridiculous. M. Night Shyamalan is in the movie, of course, because he likes to think he's a good actor, and I don't know, he's not terrible, but he kind of starts talking to him because he's part of Lady Raven's crew, and then he lies to him and says like his daughter like was sick and with cancer. So then she is able to become what is it, Lady Raven's Dreamers or something, and then she's actually brought on stage. So that really makes his daughter very happy and excited. Like I thought Harnett and his daughter had some good moments. Um, I like how his daughter kind of calls him out a couple times, like, "Why are you acting so weird? Like, you keep leaving your seat and going to do certain things. Why don't you just stay here?" I mean, at one point, he's like, this guy kind of comes out of the ground, and he's like a rapper, and he's part of the show. And then he's kind of like to the daughter, "Hey, why don't we go under there? And then like there could be costumes and stuff." And she's like, "No, like I want to watch the show." Like she's like, "Why are you acting so weird?" She's like, "Is something wrong?" He's like, "No, it's fine." So I kind of liked all that. See, that's the thing. It's like everything that's in the stadium, I actually liked. It's just once you leave, I think the movie really starts going downhill because he's able to get out of the stadium by basically talking to Lady Raven in the backstage area by himself and her. He shows her a video of the guy he has kidnapped. He says he can remotely release this gas that will kill him. And he's like, "You have to take me and my daughter out in your limousine and then drop us off and then we'll leave." So she doesn't want to do it really, but then, she does because she doesn't want the guy to die. But then when they're in the limo, she's like, "Hey, why don't you show me your house to his kid?" And then he's super pissed because now, she'll know where he lives. But it's like at the same time, well, even if she dropped you off, I mean, right away she's gonna go to the cops, and she has your description, what you look like. She knows you have a daughter of a certain age, so they're gonna find you anyways. But I think this was kind of an excuse to have his daughter being like she almost becomes like the co-star at that point. I think, see, that's the thing. I think this is kind of like, I guess, a vanity project for her. I mean, it's, I don't know. And again, I don't think she's an amazing actress. So, but yeah, then they go to his house, and um, basically he gets shown to be a serial killer. And a lot of the stuff that happens in the last half of the movie, I just wasn't that into. Um, there is a pretty good scene between Josh Hartnett and his wife, Allison Pill. Yeah, so that was good. Where after she knows that he's a serial killer, he's able to escape. He goes back there, and they have a pretty good scene. So, so yeah, I mean, I'll give it that. In the last half, that's probably the best part. Is that scene between him and his wife when he's kind of explaining himself to her that he has two lives and he has to keep these lives separate. And um but yeah, can someone put Josh Hartnett in a better movie? I would say that. And there is a twist. I didn't think it was that interesting or good, but there is a twist. So, but yeah, I like this better than his last couple movies. I haven't seen Old, so I don't know if it's better than Old, but I wasn't interested in that movie at all. So, M. Night Shyamalan declared in an interview that the plot was inspired by the Washington, D.C. Operation Flagship Sting in 1985, which was organized by the U.S. Marshal Service Metropolitan Police to lure a wanted fugitive to the Washington Convention Center under the pretense of free tickets. It resulted in 101 arrests, one of the largest, most successful mass arrests of fugitives by U.S. law enforcement. Hmm. Okay. When M. Night Shyamalan was figuring to cast the lead in Trap, Josh Hartnett went to Ireland during productions of The Watchers, had lunch with him. The two talked about Oppenheimer, which, yeah, he's in, and Black Mirror, and living outside of Hollywood. When they talked about being fathers of three girls each, Shyamalan knew Hartnett was perfect for the role. Okay. About 10 minutes into the movie, as the SWAT cars are approaching on the road, a billboard is visible in the background advertising the movie The Watchers, which is produced by Shyamalan. Part of it was shot in Toronto, but I would think the stuff with his house is shot in Philadelphia. Because I don't know, doesn't he shoot like all of his movies there? So, according to M. Night Shyamalan, the pitch and concept of the movie revolved around the question, what if Silence of the Lambs happened at a Taylor Swift concert? Yeah, well, it's not nearly as good as that movie. Oh, it was shot on 35 millimeter film stock, which required the crew to wait 3 days for dailies to be processed and returned for a film laboratory in Los Angeles to review. Man, it's shot okay. Yeah, it's set in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Josh Hartnett had a small dysthemia between his front teeth that was covered for the role. So, Salika Shyamalan previously collaborated with M. Night by making a single for the film Old and an EP for the series Servant. The script for the movie was finished in 5.5 months. So, makes a nice pilot for a TV series. Yeah, I guess. Because in the end, he's arrested and he's in the van and they're taking him away, but he is able to get his handcuffs off. So I thought it was kind of ridiculous. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Because he's in chains and they're taking him outside, but then he's able to like pick up his daughter's bicycle and put the thing down, and they're like pointing guns at him, and he still does it. It's like I don't think they would let you do that, but anyways. But yeah, that's about it though. If you could do me a favor and smash that like button, that'd be great. Really helps the channel. But Trap, I'd say check it out for Josh Hartnett. The first half is way better than the second half. So, but that's about it. See you next time.